We are potentially 25 minutes away from crowning a new champion for 2025 here at Misano, but something of a sensation unfolding here at Misano because Gabriel Gomez, second in the championship, stopped on the formation lap. You can see the boy from Brazil parked down into pit lane. He was to have started from grid 1. This just a few moments ago on the outlap from the pits. Gabriel Gomez, who took a sensational pole position in qualifying yesterday, needs to win the race to keep the title chase alive. But Kin Nakamura-Berta, the championship leader, though, is speaking with Laura Cola.
Well, Ken, a good start race this morning. Surely you are thinking on the title now, and with Gomez out, it's done.
Yeah, this morning it was a pretty good day so far. Not really how I wanted to win the championship, to be honest, but at least now I can send it without any worries, to be honest. So hopefully we'll go after another podium. Don't really need to care much anymore, so just full send, really.
Thank you.
So there we go. That's the ball game, folks. Kin Nakamura-Berta is the champion. Gabriel Gomez, parked in pit lane, was to have started from pole position, but a problem has put the Brazilian to the back of the pack. Kin Nakamura-Berta just needs a single point to take the title. Well, that was with Gomez starting from pole position. That's not the case. The South American parked in pit lane. So with that, Sebastian Weldon, who won race 1 this morning as the US Racing team, together with Alto Technica, continue to look on. Heartbreak for the Brazilian, a super talent. We take a look at the grid. Gabriel Gomez, pole position. That's not the case. He's in pit lane. Sebastian Weldon will be first on the grid. Newman Chi, grid 3. In fact, that's P2 for the Chinese driver who won at Monza. And Max Popoff, car 3, now starts effectively out of grid 3. Andrea Dupe now moves to 4th on the grid. Kin Nakamura-Berta, the champion-elect, alongside first race of the day for Kabira Anurag. He's alongside Kirill Kutskov for Mafi Racing, Emanuele Olivieri, David Cosmo Christopher, Alexander Savinkov, and Artem Severukian on the 6th row of the grid. Jan Kohler for US Racing, Alex Powell. He's alongside Bart Harrison, fresh off a podium at Donington in the GB3 Championship last week. He's alongside Alexander Ruta, then Andrea Kostic, Matilda Parts, fighting for the women's trophy with Andy Consani between herself and the Kiwi Brit Emily Cotti for RSGP. Ari Barnsell, the newly crowned GB4 champion. Peyton Westcott, she starts out of grid 22 ahead of the Qatari Bader Al Salati. And on debut from Switzerland, Florentin Hattemer, David Walter, Mafi Racing, Andre Rodriguez for Cram Motorsport, Nicolas Cortez from Mexico, Francesco Coppola, one of 2 Techno race cars here this weekend, and the Mafi Racing duo from Poland and Switzerland, Cornelia Olkutska and Nathaniel Berraby round out the field. So effectively, we have a new champion. Kin Nakamura-Berta will start effectively 4th on the grid as the field set off on the formation lap. Sebastian Weldon took victory this morning. Just to bring you up to date, we've got 44 racing drivers in the Italian F.4 Championship for this, the 7th and final round. But the track capacity here at Misano is only that of 36 cars. The field has been divided into groups A, B, C, D. So you look at Alexander Savinkov. Yeah, so 3 races today, and then the final tomorrow, the first 36 to make it through. But the championship final race for 2025 is actually tomorrow afternoon, because we cast our minds back to Imola before the summer break and that massive start line crash. The red flag was displayed after just 16 seconds when 14 cars were eliminated as the champion-elect Kin Nakamura-Berta goes through turn 8. That race was red flagged. It will be re-raced, the same grid, the same drivers who took part in that ill-fated non-race at Imola back on the first weekend of August. That effectively becomes the championship final at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So this is qualifying groups A versus B. Still 29 drivers on a sunny circuit here this afternoon on Italy's Adriatic coast. Gabriel Gomez took pole position yesterday, scorching around the Misano Adriatico Marco Simoncelli circuit in a time of 1:35.577. Down in pit lane as Emanuele Olivieri goes through, one of 5 Italians in the Italian National Series, just ahead of DCC in car 13, Savinkov, and Severukian, Jan Koller. So King Nakamura Berta just needs to make the start and he will be crowned champion. It is provisional, an asterisk beside that statement for the moment. Nakamura Berta, car 51, grid 5, effectively grid 4. Watch for Kabir Anurag. Remember, some of these drivers have not raced today. For some, it's their first time on track. Gabriel Gomez will not take the start. The Brazilians' championship title fight, heartbreakingly, is over. The boy from Florianopolis, who grew up in Sao Paulo, has driven brilliantly all year. Took the title fight right up to King Nakamura Berta. The US Racing team pushed car 78 back into the garage. His race is over. Sebastian Weldon, he won the first race this morning. That was at B versus C. As you look at the second Cram Racing car of Oscar Repetto, the Italian Kiwi from Monaco. Yes, he does hold a few passports, including a Swedish one as well. The Muffy Racing duo on the final roll of the grid. Watch for their teammate Kirill Kuzkov. Heartbreak for Gabriel Gomez. He's out. Sebastian Weldon, who won race 1 this morning, on pole position effectively. We race again here at Misano. Great getaway once again from Max Popov, who goes up the inside, tries to split the Prema Racing drivers. Well done, Weldon. Sebastian sends it and leads through the S's on the opening stages of this second of 5 races here this weekend. A clean start. Cosmo Christopher around the outside. Savinkov going on through. Weldon with the race lead through the Rio curves for the first time. There's Kabir Anurag as one of the Prema Racing drivers going very wide, losing a ton of time. It was in fact Nakamura Berta. One of the Gensa drivers has spun in the background, avoided by the rest of the pack. Nakamura Berta is the champion-elect. Down into La Quercia, into turn 8 for the first time. Sebastian Weldon, who took his 4th victory of the Italian Series this year, earlier on this morning, has got the race lead from Newman. Andrea up into 3rd place. Popov, Anurag, Nakamura Berta. Now falls back behind the Singaporean. Sebastian Weldon leads down the back straight. Look at Popov trying to go by the Italian-based French driver in car 5. Andrea Dupé on the inside. Popov on the outside. Anurag, Nakamura Berta, Kirill Kuzkov for Muffy Racing in position 7. It was Florentin Hattemer, the Swiss rookie, who went around in the Rio curves and the opening stages as Kabir Anurag sends it up the inside of Popov. But now he's on the outside of the Van Amersfoort Racing driver. Frantic start here for the second of 5 races here this weekend. Anurag. Popov slams the door closed on the Singaporean as they come across the line for the first time. There's Kuzkov just in behind, ahead of the first of the Italians, Emanuele Olivieri. It's Sebastian who leads. Cosmo Christopher going through P9, Savinkov inside the top 10 ahead of Severukian. Great start from Jan Koller. Ruta, Bart Harrison, Powell, Consani, Kostic, Al Salati. As now Anurag down the inside makes very slight contact with the back of Popov. Ambitious from the Singaporean, but costly as Kuzkov goes through and takes the both of them. The 2023 World Kart Racing Champion, having won that title with DPK Racing, Franciacorta 2 years ago, almost to the day. Kuzkov on the outside, sensing his opportunity to get the Muffy Racing car up onto the podium. He's gone on by and taken Popov. Olivieri is just in behind, as is David Cosmo Christopher, the Romanian from Bucharest, who took pole position at Vallelunga. As we see Florentin Hattemer down into pit lane, the second retirement after the non-start of what would have been the pole sitter, Gabriel Gomez. Kuzkov goes through. He's under attack, though, from Max Popov. Olivieri, there's Cosmo Christopher behind the Italian. Savinkov, Severukin, Guy Albag, also looking good. Another great start from the Israeli. This is the reason Florentin Hattama has retired contact with the Crown Motorsport car. It was Oscar Repetto, the Swedish-Italian Kiwi from Monaco, in the second of the blue machines of Gabriele Rosé into the back of the Swiss rookie Florentin Hattama, who's pulled down into pit lane, seemingly with terminal damage. And the Swiss driver for Jensen Motorsport is out. Anurag down the inside, trying to recover, so his car is still straight, sends it on the inside, trying to make the move on Artem Severukin. He's on the outside, it becomes the inside. Olivieri around and takes the both of them. Nicely done by the top Italian, as Sebastian from the United States of America leads a frantic start. It was a sedate race this morning. It has come alive here for the second of 5 races this weekend. They're 2, 3, 4 deep, going through La Huerta, turn 8. Anurag, incredibly, after making light contact with Popov, has continued on. Max in car 3, right in the middle of your screen for Van Amersfoort Racing. Severukin on the outside as Weldon flashes by at the bottom of your screen. Numichi in P2, Dupé, Nakamura Berta, the champion-elect, Kutskov, and there is Anurag defending for his life, is the Singaporean. Andy Consani, the first of the 2 Mercedes AMG juniors, on the inside of the Alpine F1 Academy Junior. On the inside of the circuit, look at the bottleneck, look at the traffic jam coming out of Karo, turn 14. Max attacks and Popov takes all of them. Aggression here this morning. This is the most frantic start we've seen to any race here. In fact, during the entire 2025 season, as Anurag almost poured Severukin into the wall. Artem for Jensen Motorsport has gone around and taken him. Nicely driven by Artem Severukin, who's also in contention for the SMP Russian F4 Championship after multiple victories in his national series as well. Severukin going on by. It is Weldon who is racing clear in position 1. This is Barder, Al-Solati, fighting with Andy Consani, who's gone by and taken the French Mercedes AMG Junior down into turn 8. Al-Solati holds the place. Ari Barnsell, newly crowned GB4 champion. The Indian for Us Racing, the driver from Bangalore in the subcontinent, car 46, has gone on by. The Prema Racing duo, in fact, the Prema Racing trio, 1, 2 and 3 and 4, in fact. Weldon, he's walking away with this one in the early stages of the second race, over 1 second clear. This battle for P2, G, Dupé, Kin Nakamura Berta, the champion-elect, will become the 12th champion of the world's most competitive car racing series. Junior car racing series, I should say. The first driver from the land of the rising sun, the English-born Slovakian Japanese star, will be the champion for 2025. Goes on by and takes his French teammate, Andrea Dupé, who just falls off the podium. And the team from Grisignano, near Vicenza, near Venice in the northeast of Italy. Prema run 1, 2, 3 and 4. Kutskov for Murphy Racing in P5, trying to catch the 3 red and white machines ahead, but it's the Andretti Junior from St. Pete in Florida in the United States of America, Sebastian Weldon, who leads by almost a second and a half now as they come out of turn 8. Andy Consani, incidentally, has also pulled down into pit lane. Looks as though he's become another retirement, joining Florentin Hattama and Gabriel Gomez. Weldon down the back straight in position 1, the second generation racer. In fact, Andy Consani has just left pit lane now, so not a retirement. He's made a stop, has rejoined. He's still on the same lap, but way down in 28th place behind Cornelia Olkutska. Emily Cotti, incidentally, she leads the women's trophy from Peyton Westcott, Matilda Parts and Cornelia. And the top rookie, P2 Newman Chi, behind this driver on your screen, Sebastian Weldon. We'll check the gap. Last time 1.38 seconds, back to Newman Chi. 1.6. Weldon pulls away from Newman Chi, who took an intelligent, very mature victory. Did the young Chinese rookie in the third round of the championship at Monza earlier on in the season. Commendable drive to take his first win in the Italian F4 Championship. He's now the top rookie. This is Kirill Kudzkov going through. Davai Kirill up into P5. This 44 strong field racing in the final round of the Italian F4 Championship. Out of 44 drivers, the Maffei Racing driver is now in P5, closing in fact, on the back of Andrea Dupé, the French driver now living in Milan. There's Popov behind Olivieri, Cosmo Christopher, third in the rookie race, eighth outright from Savinkov and Alexander Ruta. Weldon down the back straight on this lap, 6 of the second of 5 races here this weekend. Nakamura Berta 136.791, the fastest on circuit, as Newman Chi drones in on the race leader, his Prema Racing teammate, the top rookie. This is the champion-elect, Kin Nakamura Berta. Fastest lap of the race, second this morning from grid 5. Currently in third place, going into the 16th and final corner as the field start their 7th lap, being led by the American, who's got a stunning future ahead of him, as does this driver, Kin Nakamura Berta. Sebastian Weldon, incidentally, came into this second of 5 races this weekend, 16 points behind Gabriel Gomez. If you're just joining us, the boy from Florianopolis, south of Sao Paulo, on the eastern coast of Brazil, as KNB goes faster once again. Gomez was to have started from pole position, stopped on the formation lap, coming out of Tramonto on the back straight, pulled back into pit lane. The car was pushed into the garage. Gomez did not start from pit lane. His championship charge is over. This is Olivieri in 68 for the RHGP team. On the back of Popov, who had that contact in the early stages of the race with Kabir Anorak, who's still circulating down in 13th place. Weldon down the back straight, 1.9 seconds clear of Newman Chi. And the champion-elect, Kin Nakamura Berta. This is Dubé. This is Kirill Kudzkov, car 31 for Maffei Racing, ahead of Popov, Olivieri. Not unimaginable to think that Kirill Kudzkov, he's had a tough 2025. He's only got the 3 red and white cars ahead of him, plus the race leader, the Andretti Jr. of Sebastian Weldon, and potentially Kudzkov could score his first podium here. Just hearing from the pits, as Sebastian goes fastest with a 136.377. Obrigado, Domenico. It was an alternator failure, which has eliminated Gabriel Gomez and ended his title chase early. A failed alternator on the back straight on the formation lap for Gabriel Gomez. Just going slowly is Florentin Hartemer, who has rejoined down into turn 8. Trying to get some laps here is the Swiss rookie. Gabriel Gomez, here's some news. Failed alternator, but the US Racing team, who took the title in 2023, they won't win it here this afternoon. Gomez has just left pit lane. He has rejoined the race into the second half. As you look at Emanuele Olivieri going on through, Gomez has now just left pit lane in car 78. A failed alternator has put him out. The US Racing team, the crack world-class team of Gerhard Unger and Ralf Schumacher, have repaired the car as Florentin Huttermau gets the blue flag just ahead of this battle. Olivieri in P7. Gomez has rejoined the race. 7 laps down. Certainly won't get any points here this afternoon. More of a test session because we've still got one race remaining later on today. It's at 5 o'clock local time. It is A versus C, racing to tomorrow's final, where the first 36 will go through. Max Popov in car 3 almost certainly will line up on the grid tomorrow. Great performance from Andrea Dupé. Weldon going on through on lap 9, the gap 2.4 seconds. Back to Newman Chi. Kin Nakamura Berta. A long line of champions. He will write his name into history. Second year in the series, narrowly lost the rookie title down the very final race in 2024 to Alex Powell. He'll become the 7th driver for the Bremer Racing Team to win the Drivers' Championship. Sebastian Weldon may well overtake Gabriel Gomez if he takes his 2nd victory here for the title of Vice Champion and potentially pick up his 5th victory of 2025. Gomez has rejoined 7 laps down after alternator failure on the formation lap. This is Nakamura Berta, 51 on the back of Newman Chi, his Chinese teammate. So the most competitive junior single-seater car racing series in the world sees drivers from the United States of America, the People's Republic of China, Japan, France, and from Russia, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Kin Nakamura Berta, we go into the final 10 minutes of this 25-minute plus 1 lap race. Credit to be given to Newman Chi, also took that victory in the 3rd round of the championship at Monza. Yes, he's driving for the team which have had 7 drivers' champions. He is a young rookie, but has been faultless and really deserves credit. Does Newman Chi in car 28, 2nd outright, 1st rookie, has barely made any mistake this season, and the highlight being a victory. Thus far, he's running in 2nd at the moment. Newman Chi in 2nd place with his championship leading teammate just behind. There's Dupé in the background, who's been caught by Kirill Kutskov for Maffei Racing. Gets something of a slipstream going down the back straight. Car 31, the first non-Bremer Racing Team, is from Switzerland. First non-Bremer Racing Team driver, I should say, is from Switzerland. As Nakamura Berta over the back of Chi. This further back, David Walter fighting with Ari Barnsell, the newly crowned GB4 champion. Walter also for Maffei Racing. Here's Barnsell, Coppola for Techno Race, Cotti Cortez, Peyton Westcott, who's 2nd in the women's trophy, the Californian rookie as well, head of Matilda Parts. David Walter comes onto the straight. He has had a frustrating 2025 as well. Now defending from the Indian, who has to go on the outside of the Dane, the Techno Race driver. Francesco Coppola just ahead in car 87. That's his teammate on debut. Two drivers for the Techno Race team here this weekend. This is the first of which. Emily Cotti just behind Francesco Coppola in car 87. Defensive from David Walter, seemingly with a horsepower deficit. And Ari Barnsell, who had the biggest victory of his career 6 days ago at Donington in the United Kingdom, crowned GB4 champion over the back of the 45 Maffei Racing car. We see down the back straight one of the R-Race GP drivers. Looks to be Alexander Savinkov. Rejoins right into the middle of the circuit as Walter goes by at over 200 kilometres an hour. A scary moment there. The yellow flag was waving as now Coppola has finally gone by and taken David Walter. A huge moment there for Alexander Savinkov. This is the reason why, he was helped big time. Coming onto the straight, coming together with one of the Van Amersfoort racing drivers to complete 360s. Incredibly, the car is still straight and drivable. So that may explain why he rejoined right in the middle of the circuit as the field raced by at over 200 kilometres an hour. We stay green. Kutskov now on the back of Andrea Dupé. This is Weldon. Back to Newman Chi, Kin Nakamura Berta, and the fight for P4. He'll get the run going onto the back straight. There is Popov in the background. Andrea Dupé with the wide line now has to defend. Kutskov, the 2023 World Kart Racing Champion, goes to the outside, does not need the slipstream. Maffei Racing versus the Prema Racing team. Defense from Andrea Dupé. He'll close the door on the inside. Kutskov, can he make it up onto the podium? Tries the outside, has to defend from Max Popov. Davey Kittel. Kutskov on the back of Dupé, now getting frustrated. Andrea running out of grip. Kirill Kutskov running out of road. Here comes Popov in the background and Emanuele Olivieri. Andrea Dupé will stay to his right, to your left. Kutskov around the outside. And the team from Switzerland with their roots deep in the heart of Africa, from Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, over the back of the fourth Prema Racing driver, Andrea Dupé. Great performance, but he's running out of speed. He's running out of grip. He's running out of track position as Popov on the inside of his countrymen. The two Russians now go wheel to wheel. Kutskov ahead of Popov, who, remember, finished P3 on the podium this morning. Weldon is racing away as we go into the final 5 minutes of this second of 5 races here this weekend. Popov on the inside of Kutskov. Olivieri around the outside of La Quercia into turn 8. There was just millimetres between the RACGP and Van Amersfoort racing drivers. A sedate race this morning, but it has certainly come alive here this afternoon at Misano on Italy's Adriatic coast. Weldon from Chi Nakamura Berta. Dupé, car 5, position 4, just with some breathing space as they go down the back straight. Popov for Van Amersfoort Racing now has to defend from the first of 5 Italians in this 44-strong field here this weekend. Olivieri, who is actually 6th in the series, looking to get some points out of the second of 5 races here this weekend. Dupé with breathing space, but Kirill Kutskov will attack once again. 3.5 seconds between Weldon Chi, Nakamura Berta, and this battle between Dupé, Kutskov, Popov on your screen for Van Amersfoort Racing. He's now being attacked by Olivieri. Cosmo Christopher in the background, position 8, and the 3rd rookie for PHM Racing, Ruta, and Artem Severukian in position 10. The dark visor on the Schuberth helmet of Max Popov, the sun glistening off the black and orange bodywork. The Dutch team celebrating half a century of competition in world motorsport. Popov ahead of Olivieri, RACGP, the Italian for the French team, also with a long and storied history, not only in F4, F3, F2, and currently racing in the European Le Mans Series as well. There's Cosmo Christopher. Ruta comes onto the straight. Severukian. Time running out for Kirill Kutskov. P5 would be his best result of what has been a frustrating season so far. The same also can be said for Emanuele Olivieri, who started 2025 with victory in the United Arab Emirates F4 Championship in the Middle East. It was a 1-2. Olivieri and Powell for the RACGP team. This is Cosmo Christopher, car 13, the driver from Bucharest, who took that stunning pole position at Vallelunga in Rome, the second round of the championship. Take nothing away from Sebastian Weldon, who is almost 4 seconds clear now of his teammates, plural. Going down into turn 8, we expect there to be 2 laps remaining at the conclusion of this one. 4 victories last year in the US Junior Series, the Road to Indy in US Formula 2000 at the NOLA Motorsport Parks Virginia International Raceway off memory. This will be his 5th victory in the I'll say that again, in the Italian F4 Championship. Sebastian going down the back straight has got 4 seconds between himself and his rookie Chinese teammate, Newman Chi. Incidentally, Gabriel Gomez did rejoin the race 7 laps down. Obviously, it was to test if that alternator replacement had worked. He's pulled back into pit lane, as has Florentin Huttemau. The 2 retirements, heartbreakingly, for the pole sitter, the Brazilian. The South American out. As you look at the North American here on Italy's Adriatic coast, we'll cross the line with just over 40 seconds remaining. So 2 laps remaining for the Andretti Jr., who's got a stunningly bright future ahead of him. Victory this morning in the first race of the weekend. 36-2 now. David Walter just a few moments ago with the big, in fact, it's Kutzkoff. Kutzkoff has finally gone through, but did he hold off Popov? Yes. Kutzkoff, Davai Kiril, goes on through. He's now just a step off the podium. Just sent it. Fabulous pass from Kiril. The Swiss-Ethiopian team, Mafi Racing, just joining the series a couple of years ago, up against the might of Prema Racing, which are running 1, 2, and 3. They were, of course, founded back in 1983. Van Amersfoort Racing, founded back in 1975. Mafi Racing, just a couple of seasons old, and they're now just a step off the podium with Kiril Kutzkoff, the 2023 World Kart Racing Champion, coming onto the back straight now. Surely he won't make the podium. Well, not unless something happens to the driver on your screen, Newman Chi, who's been outstanding in general in all of 2025. Kin Nakamura-Berta, the champion-elect, now just a lap away from celebrating officially to become the 12th champion of the world's most competitive junior car racing series. Newman Chi, P2, P1 in the rookie race, but it's Sebastian who crosses the line to get the last lap board in position 1. We start lap 18, and the American from the Chinese and Japanese drivers, former European kart racing champion with Kart Republic, multiple WSK champion, Kin Nakamura-Berta. First race with us over half a decade ago in the 60 mini car category in WSK World Kart Racing. In fact, looking down the field to find the first driver who did not race in WSK World Karting, of course, WSK promotion, 2 decades, 20th anniversary season of World Motorsport. I really can't find a name until we get down to the likes of Bader Al-Sulati, who's in 14th place, the 2023 Qatari kart racing champion. Oh, of course, Sebastian did all his racing over in the United States of America, karting-wise. He's on his final lap. It will be his 5th victory. He will overtake also Gabriel Gomez in the fight for 2nd in the championship. Kin Nakamura-Berta just a few hundred meters away from celebrating officially here to become the 12th ever champion of the world's most competitive junior car racing series. But the driver, once again from Florida in the United States of America, the Andretti Jr. goes 2 from 2. He takes the checkered flag. Sebastian Weldon wins again here at Misano. Chi across the line in P2. Kin Nakamura-Berta is the champion for 2025. Kiril Kutzkoff with a season best P4 for Mafi Racing. But the day belongs to K&B. Kin Nakamura-Berta has become the 12th ever champion of the world's most competitive junior car racing series, the English-born Slovakian Japanese driver takes victory for the Prema Racing team. He is the champion for 2025. Weldon, with his 5th victory of the season, moves into 2nd in the series, but Kin Nakamura Berta has won the 2025 Italian F4 Championship at the final round here in Misano. He joins a long list of champions going back to the inaugural title winner Lance Stroll, Ralph Aron, Marcus Siebert for Jensen Motorsport in 2016, Marcus Armstrong in 2017, Enzo, that was Fittipaldi in 2018, Dennis, of course, took the title in 2019 for Van Amersfoort Racing. That was Hauger, Gabriele Mini, the first Italian to win the series in 2020. Ollie Behrman, 21 for VAR. Andrea Il Bolognese. Antonelli, the 2022 champion. Casper Stuga, 2023. A year ago, it was Fast Freddie Slater, who became the 2nd English driver to win the world's most competitive junior car racing series. And now the first driver from Japan, albeit London-born, Kin Nakamura Berta, has won the 2025 Italian F4 Championship in a 48-strong field from all around the world. Just 5 drivers from the host nation of Italy. Kin Nakamura Berta has won in the Italian sunshine here at the MotoGP circuit of Misano. He will celebrate. Finishes on the podium in 3rd place. Another victory for Sebastian Weldon to move into 2nd in the series. Newman Chi wins the rookie race as well. And Kin Nakamura Berta, P3, is the champion. Great drive from Kirill Kutskov. P4 for Maffei Racing from Popov. Andrea Dupé on the rookie podium in 2nd place. That's an excellent drive from Andrea, head of Olivieri, David Cosma, Christopher Ruta, and Artem Severukin just holds out Kabir Anurag. To be greeted down in pit lane is Kin Nakamura Berta. We've still got 3 races to go here this weekend, but cannot be beaten for the title. You can see Sebastian Weldon has moved into 2nd place in the series now, 9 points clear of Gabriel Gomez, who heartbreakingly did not make the start. Nakamura Berta, Kin is the champion for 2025. Sebastian Weldon will celebrate his 5th victory of the season. Please watch your mouth, Dino. We'll understand if you don't. Just been congratulated a moment ago by Gary Catt of Infinity Management, who have worked with Kin for the best part of almost a decade ago. Gary Catt, former international kart racer himself, 2nd in the World Kart Racing Championships for the Tony Kart Racing team back in 2007. Of course, Infinity Management taking 2 drivers to Formula One, George Russell and Logan Sargent, potentially a 3rd in the years to come. Sebastian Weldon, almost unseen. Let's give him credit. He takes his 2nd victory of the weekend. Wins the race. It's the 2nd race of 5 this weekend. Andrea Dupé on the rookie podium. Car 5 in P6. This is Newman Chi. Excellent performance once again. He's been very impressive in 2025. Nakamura Berta, P3, and the Japanese star is the champion for 2025. Rookie race winner, 2nd outright. Another excellent performance for the driver from the People's Republic of China, Newman Chi, 2nd. Sebastian Weldon, his 5th victory, and now moves into 2nd. with three races to go.
So it all began here months ago in the opening round with the 3 wins out of 3, and now it's come full circle with a championship victory.
Yeah, it's been an incredible year all round. Prem have done an incredible job, and I think I've done my part as well. We always knew we were always going to be strong coming back here. We had a few issues yesterday, but yeah, we put them right today, and I think it's been an incredible 2 results so far and an incredible season. So yeah, I can't thank them enough. It's been winning this year just feels so great coming from last year. So massive thanks to everyone there, especially my engineer Mark, Mechanic Guido, and Max, and everyone else who's helped, and Gary and Dean, and obviously my parents and my sister for supporting me off track as well. So yeah, it hasn't really sunk in yet, but yeah, it feels good.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Highlights of race 2. It actually began with a low light with Gabriel Gomez out before the start. Sebastian Weldon from grid 2 effectively assumed pole position, raced into P1, took the race leader from there. Nobody saw which way the American went. Another great start from Max Popov. Split the Bremer Racing drivers. Kabir Anurag, another scintillating start from the Singaporean, who was through into P6 in the early stages as Gabriel Gomez stepped out of car 78 with alternator failure. Would rejoin for just a single lap. This contact between Kabir Anurag and Max Popov dropped them both down the order. Popov did well to come home in position 5. Olivieri making his way through. This a frightening moment. Alexander Savinkov, who was helped off the road coming onto the back straight, and then, well, let's say it, dangerously rejoining, but everybody safely did thankfully go by. Sebastian Weldon took his 5th victory of 2025 to move into 2nd in the series with 3 races still to complete here this weekend at Misano. 2nd for Newman Chi. But Ken Nakamura Berta, home in 3rd place, is the champion for 2025. Almost need the Union Jack to fly proudly on that board as well. There is no space for it. The English-born Slovakian Japanese driver Ken Nakamura Berta, 3rd, is the new champion. Newman Chi, P2, cannot speak highly enough of the young Chinese rookie. And Sebastian dominates race 2 here this weekend at Misano. Bremer Racing have now taken the Drivers' Championship 7 times since the series inception, when the Canadian Lance Stroll took the inaugural title in 2014, 3rd place. He celebrates because he is the new champion, Ken Nakamura Berta. Once again, a great pleasure to have the great Giancarlo Minardi present the trophies to Ken, Newman and Sebastian.
Inno nazionale americano. Applause al podio. So please guys, can you just take place on the main step of the podium all together with the trophies?
So in the end, it was closer than he would have liked. He has won the title though, with 3 races still remaining here this weekend. Heartbreak for Gabriel Gomez, who did not start from pole position, but in fact retired after the formation lap. Sebastian Weldon now moves into second in the series, but we've still got 3 races here this weekend. The third race here at 5 o'clock this afternoon, the final round of the Italian F.4 Championship. King Nakamura Berta is the champion. We'll see you at 5 o'clock for race 3.